formative assessment is vital. And I have to know exactly what the kids need and then be able to adjust accordingly. This type of teaching is a constant adjustment, day to day. What I think they're going to need, they may not need. I also have to know my kids, because with any type of a study guide or learning contract, you are going to have kids that, I have children who would much rather stay with me. There's comfort in that. So they would sit through every single lesson, whether they needed it or not. So that means I have to push those kids out. No, you don't need to be with me. You need to be working in a challenge area. Equally, I have kids who I will say, you know what? You scored an 85% by the skin of your teeth. You need to come work with me on this particular concept. You need to know your kids. You need to know what they can do. You also need to understand the speed with which gifted children can acquire information. 0 to 1 repetition for many of these kids is all it takes. So where you anticipate, oh, it's going to take 3 days for us to get this, for some of them it took 10 minutes, and now they're ready to go on. They don't need that repetition. It's one of the reasons why I have the kids self-correct their work. It's your assignment. Go check it. If it's right, move on. If they're waiting for me to check everything, we'll never get through what they're capable of. It also allows them that ownership component. I did it. I checked it. Oh, Mrs. Brown, I missed 6 of these. Okay, you don't understand. Let's go back and work through this. I want them to have that. Why am I letting you do the grading? Why am I letting you assess yourself? Caleb?
So that you can figure out how to do it if you got it wrong.
Okay, so if you didn't get it right, you need to back up. Figure out, oops, I don't get this. I still need help. Kaylee?
And because it's not about the grade, it's about the learning.
Thank you, Kaylee. It's not about the grade. It's about the learning. It's not about the grade that you're getting. Right now, you are revisiting material. It's not about the grade. It's about the learning that's taking place. So go check. Double check. Did I get this right? If you didn't, back up. Talk to me, talk to a neighbor, talk to someone else. Figure it out. So if you need to check, come get them. Sorry to disturb you, back to work.
Yes. Can we write how many we got wrong like next to it?
That's up to you. I would make some notation to let myself know I aced this, or ooh, before I take the assessment, I want to go back and revisit this one again. Okay. I did okay, but maybe I didn't do as well as I would have liked to.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this information is for who?
Me.
Yeah, it's for you. It's for you to know. It's your information. Are you comfortable that you have an understanding? So log these scores.
When you finish, come to me, I'll check it. If you receive 90% accuracy, meaning you miss one, then you become the class checker for the day. Okay, remember, as a class checker, you're not the teacher, you're not the helper, you're just the checker. Okay? And if you don't want that job today because you want to work on your extension projects, that's fine. I'll wait for the next eligible person. Once I decide, or once we know who the checker is, all you have to do is give the thumbs up signal and the checker will come to you.
All right, guys, we're going to get started with our spelling and vocabulary pretest. This is going to be a voluntary pretest. These are based on words that we're studying in our Storytown book. And you've already looked over the words, and if you would like to take a pretest, if you think those words are kind of easy for you and you'd like to move on to something different, then please take this pretest. If you would rather not and you'd rather work on the other activity that I've given you, then that's fine too. So the choice is yours. Students who have chosen to take the pretest, I see you've got your privacy folders up. Make sure your name is at the top. And we're going to get going. Remember, these are words that you might or might not know. This is just telling me what you already know, okay? So don't worry if it's a word you don't know. Just give it your best guess.
You will have a rubric that goes along with the map, and this explains to you how your map will be scored. If you would choose to work for fours are right here. This is what you need in order to earn 4s in all of these different areas. If you want 3s, 2s, or 1s, this is what you would need to do. So when you come to take the map, you will also take one of these. And before you get started on your map, please read through these so you know what you need to do to earn the score that you would like to earn.
I will give you some checkpoints that you will have 3 checkpoints, and I will give you a specific date by which you will need to prove to me that you have learned these concepts. And you will take the same test that the entire class is taking. Any questions about the study guide so far? Jordan?
So if we choose that method and we're learning about it on our own, what do we do during class time when the rest of the class is taking the normal lesson?
Excellent question. You do whatever you need to do to learn these concepts. If you want to read about it, you read. You will have many options. You can choose whatever method you want to learn these concepts. Any other questions about the study guide? Yes, Jordan?
Did you say the tests were going to be the same as the tests that the rest of the classes?
Yes, because when I teach you, I'm using my activities, my methods to help you learn a concept. By following the study guide method, you are choosing to not work on my activities, you're choosing your own activities to learn the same concepts. But everybody will learn the exact same concepts. Yes. In the next meeting, I will have you sign a contract. Let's take a look at this document. This is your evaluation contract. It says, I am choosing a grade for my project based on these criteria. So if you're choosing to earn a B for your project, you will use secondary sources. This means that I will locate what information I can from several existing sources. Now, if you would rather earn a grade A for your project, primary sources, this means that I will gather first-hand information myself through surveys, interviews, original documents, and similar methods. I will produce an original type of product. I will present it to an appropriate audience using a unique format. And basically, you will be learning on the higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy.
What happens if I don't do well at the checkpoint?
If you don't perform well at a checkpoint, I will ask you to join the rest of the class. So in other words, you will not work on your project in an independent way anymore. You will be asked to join the class for the activities that I have planned.
How do I know what my final grade for the physics unit will be?
Great question. Your final grade for the physics unit will come from two places. First, it will come from your checkpoints, so the same tests that the rest of the class is taking. And it will also come from this evaluation contract, because you chose, or you will choose to earn either a B or an A for your project. And that will be the grade that you will receive for that part of it.
The final thing that you are going to need to do is you're going to be creating a website using Google Sites. This is going to be a group shared website, and again, how you guys choose to create this website is going to be all up to you. The main key is that the questions up above are answered. It's going to be graded in technology based on your ease of use and how the information is presented. So I want to make sure that there are no dead links, that we're able to navigate it easily. I should not be confused navigating your site. Also on there, you're going to need to make sure that you include 5 images connected to the topic. So just like Rachel said, images are a great resource to have. And you need to embed at least 1 informational video onto your website. Now, what I'm going to say in regards to informational videos, what types of things should we avoid when you're looking up videos? Madison?
Fan-made.
Fan-made? Right. We want to avoid some 6th grade class that made a video on the Treaty of Versailles. It might have good information, but that's not going to hold the same weight as something the History Channel might have made. So make sure you're looking at where your source comes from. If it looks like it's a high school project, we might want to kind of steer clear of that. There probably is good information, and you can use that for your research collecting, but we probably won't include that as our embedded video. You'll need to include that as a resource, though. Finally, you need to have a page on your website with references. APA or MLA is acceptable, so whichever.